Yo guys, Spiderbot here, and we're continuing the Zombies storyline in anticipation of Black Ops 2 and to prepare for it. This is a precursor. These videos are a precursor to Black Ops 2 to give you the backstory because Black Ops 2 continues where we left off. Black Ops 2 is in the freaking title, guys. Get over it. Give me a break. I'm getting all these comments. Oh, mislead Black Ops 2. You know what? Probably because most of you guys that are complaining about it are all butthurt because I'm not leaking Black Ops 2 footage. I don't do that shit, guys. It's not out until the 13th. And I'm pretty sure I didn't get, the previous 4 videos prior to that Vrook video, I labeled and titled in the exact same way. I didn't see anybody bitching about them, but I think it's just because of the proximity to the release of Black Ops 2 that people are getting their panties in a bunch because they're probably, I don't know, looking for leaked gameplay and leaked footage. I don't do that shit. I mean, you guys want to unsub because of it, whatever. Go right ahead. I don't care. Man, I'm just trying to cover the storyline leading into Black Ops 2. Very relevant. In my opinion, in the title, whatever, you don't like it, you don't like it. That's your opinion. This is mine. All right, so let's go into Shino Numa. Again, these videos are going to be more of a summary. I mean, there are other comments like, oh my god, whoa, what? You don't have anything new? Guys, these maps have been out for 3.5 years. Partly the reason I'm going through this is for me to actually go through the storyline. I never went through the storyline. I mean, I did the Easter eggs and stuff like that. I never went through the entire storyline and pieced everything together, okay? So this is kind of my attempt at, well, let's consolidate this information. I know it's been done before. Big deal. Multiplayer matches from Modern Warfare 3 have been done before. I still do them. Well, I haven't done them in a while, but regardless, okay? Just because somebody else has done this kind of thing, and they probably have done it better, right? I mean, hell, I'm going at it with like less than a week left going to Black Ops 2. I mean, there were guys that actually tracked the storyline the whole way through. I didn't do that. That's not me. I'm just trying to summarize it for you guys to give you guys a good, concise summary prior to Black Ops 2. All right? Okay, so here we go. Shino Numa. We got maggot-ridden corpses, bug-infested swamp, hundreds of undead Imperial army. Choose your tactic and defend for your lives. This is Swamp of the Dead. This is actually a Japanese setting. It's no longer a German setting like we saw in Untoten and as well as Zombie Verrückt. We have a Japanese setting as well as the zombies are now Japanese. And we have the introduction of our 4 characters. First off, we got Takio. Let's go Takio first. Takio Masaki is an Imperial Army soldier, a Japanese officer. His point counter is yellow. He's created as a stereotypical Japanese officer of his time. He's a fanatic who honors Japan and its emperor, follows Bushido, and would die before surrendering in battle. Of course, man. He uses the same character model as the Japanese officer character model. Nikolai, our favorite vodka-drinking drunk, Russian drunk. He's a soldier, member of the Red Army. He's a stereotypical Russian, being a heavy vodka drinker. He also is known, I don't know if that's still the stereotype these days, but he also is known for having killed many, if not all of his ex-wives, often stating that he used a particular weapon to kill a particular wife. His point counter is blue. He uses the same character model as Chernov. He is voiced by Fred Tatascore? Whatever. Tank Dempsey! Yeah, Tank! He's an American soldier, member of the Marines. In fact, he was the leader of the squad of U.S. Marines that fought at Verrückt, apparently, or so we think. His point counter is white. He was created in the style of a stereotypical all-American war hero. He didn't fight at the Battle of Peleliu. As he was captured beforehand, he had received the Medal of Honor prior to the events of Shino Numa. He's the same character model as Polanski. And last but not least, our favorite psychopathic doctor, Edward Richtofen. He's a sadistic and psychopathic Nazi officer who was later revealed to have taken part in the creation of the zombies. His point counter is green. He specializes in torture and created the Wunderwaffe DG2. And we'll see that. Probably in Doris, actually. He uses the same character model as General Amsel, albeit with a differently colored jacket. Alright guys, first thing we're going to notice, look at the hanging guy, we're going to get back to him, but there are 3 radios in the starting area. There's one on this barrel, there's one on the top of the shelf here on the left, and around the corner here on the back of these crates, and let's listen to what they say.
Your claws to yourself, freak bag!
They may know what's going on. The use of room 115 is dangerous at best. I'm not sure how long we can continue here. We've lost most of our best. I hope you get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too. But I'm almost out of hope.
6054 06.96 101 55 44.94.
All right, so here's the text of it. If you couldn't understand that, R4808 N 371406 115 4840. We'll get to those numbers in a bit. I hope you're receiving this transmission, Peter. If you are not, then all hope is lost. You must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum, referring to Verrucht, that we had to move the experiment here. We're not sure exactly where here is. We're assuming the guy on the other end of the radio is obviously not at Numa. Location: the numbers will guide you. The giant must remain, and then there's static, at all costs. Repeat, Derice must, static, be contained at all costs. So obviously, maybe they're at Derice. This doesn't necessarily mean he is transmitting from Derice. Could be from somewhere else, but he's obviously referring to the next map called the Giant. The DG2 experiments continue. The DG2 is the Wunderwaffe, and we'll see that here in Numa. This is the introduction of the Wunderwaffe. You'll be our only advantage now. Find Dr. Richthofen, which is barely audible, and Dr. Maxis. They may know what's going on. The use of 115 is dangerous at best. I'm not sure if we can continue here. We've lost most of our best people, I guess. There's a bit of static. I hope you get this. I hope it hasn't happened there too, but I'm almost out of hope. 60 54 06.96 101 55 44.94. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at those first set of numbers. They're actually exact coordinates of Area 51. We got 37.1406 degrees north by 115.4840 degrees west. That is dead on in Nevada, Area 51, and that presumably is the location where this person is transmitting from, because, again, he specifies... You must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum, that we had to move the experiment here. Location: the numbers will guide you. So we're assuming that whoever's sending this radio transmission to Peter at Numa is at Area 51, and they're performing further experiments, move from the asylum to that location. And this led to speculation at the time as well that the next map in the series, we have two options. One is Derice, which it obviously was, but then another map that would be contained in and around Area 51. Also given here are our first clues to a couple of the characters, Richthofen obviously, and a Dr. Maxis, who we will learn more about. The use of 115, we're not sure what 115 is yet at this point, although we will find out more about that. And again, the DG2 is obviously relating to the Wunderwaffe. Now, the numbers at the end of the transmission, as well as the R-4808N, I'm not sure what those signify. I did quite a few searches, and if you guys know what those numbers may refer to, then please let me know. Or perhaps that we will find out what those numbers mean based on information that are provided in the upcoming maps. Alright, so let's check out some of the other Easter eggs. We've got one here in the comm room with the telephone. Just go up to it and hit the use button. You have to actually hit it 4 times. And it dials 911, and listen to this.
What? Are they gonna put a music Easter egg in every map now?
So this is another musical Easter egg. I think they started putting them in every single map since Verrucht. This particular song is The One by Alina Siegman, and I'm not sure if Kevin Sherwood was involved in impression of that. But yeah, that's the musical Easter egg right there. All right, there are a bunch more radios located in this map. The one we're going to show you right now in particular is in the storage area of the map, and it's actually kind of hidden. It's near the box location, just to the right of the box location. This was as I was going through trying to find everything, and there it is right there. All right, so that's it, and sounds like they were being overrun by the zombies, and it's likely that that map, or wherever they were, was possibly on Verrucht or Derice, because they were talking about getting doors open as well as power, and as we know on Numa, we don't have a power switch. All right, we're going to go take a look in the doctor's quarters right here, and there are a couple things, one little Easter egg here. And quite honestly, I didn't even know that was there. I was just like hitting square on everything I could, and and then that played. That radio, for some reason, I couldn't get to play. The radios are a little wonky, and I don't know, more so probably in the Black Ops version. But there is one radio on the table back here in this back room, and we're going to listen to this one here. Right there. All right, so that radio, you could make out a little bit of it. Find Dr. Richthofen was one of the phrases that whoever was on the radio was saying, as well as, I believe, Element 115. Interesting. All right, we're back over here in the storage area, and to the right of the actual building for the storage area is this meteor, man. What the hell is this meteor doing? Look at this thing. It's like glowing and stuff. Let's try and shoot it, see what happens.
I wonder if that rock brought those freak bags.
All right, so there are more clues about this meteor as well as Element 115. Let's take a look at now the DG2, the Wunderwaffe, and we're assuming that the ray gun, the original ray gun that we saw in Noctur on Toten, are somehow connected to this meteor and to this Element 115. The other piece of information that we get is in a building that's sort of outside the map. You can't actually get into this building, but if you have a sniper rifle, you can get a decent look at it and the writing on the wall. Or you can just Google an image of it from somebody who actually no-clipped on PC and got in the building and got an even clearer picture, as we're seeing here. And the word that is written on the wall is Tunguska. All right, so let's review this Tunguska event first. The Tunguska event was an enormously powerful explosion that occurred near and later struck the Podkamennaya Tunguska River in what is now Krasnoyarsk Krai, Russia, at about 7:14 a.m. on June 30th, 1908. The explosion having the epicenter is of... okay, whoa, that just blew my mind, okay? The explosion having the epicenter of 60.886 degrees north and 101.894 degrees east is believed to have been caused by the airburst of a large meteoroid or comet fragment at an altitude of 5 to 10 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Okay, hold on a second. Look at this. Remember those numbers at the end of the transmission? I mean, it's not 60.886 degrees north, but it's 60.54, or it's pretty damn close, isn't it? 60 and 101 compared to what I just read of the epicenter of the Tunguska event at 60 and 101. Honestly, I did not Google that. I was just reading this off now. I'm like, hey, did these numbers actually go together? And it looks like they freaking do. Okay, yeah, that just blew my mind. My mind is blown right now. Okay, going back to Tunguska, different studies have yielded widely varying estimates of the object's size on the order of 100 meters. It is the largest impact event on or near Earth in recorded history. Estimates of the energy of the blast range from 5 to as high as 30 megatons of TNT, with 10 to 15 megatons of TNT the most likely. This is roughly equal to the U.S. Castle Bravo thermonuclear bomb tested on March 1st, 1954, about 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, and about 2/5 the power of the later Soviet Union's own Tsar bomb, the largest nuclear weapon ever detonated. The explosion knocked an estimated 80 million trees down over an area covering 2,150 square kilometers. Okay, that's pretty crazy, and it does sort of tie into the event we described in Verrückt in 1938 with another meteor. So, and this is where Treyarch developed this idea of Element 115, and let's talk a little bit about Element 115. So they're taking this story and wrapping around this Element 115. Element 115 wasn't even discovered until 2004. There were tests that were being performed by scientists between July and August of 2003 in Dubna, which is the Joint Institute for Nuclear Research at the U-400 cyclotron. And they only ever discovered 4 nuclei were identified, and the claim has not only been ratified, but the results are now published in a reputable peer-reviewed journal. So obviously they're taking this 2004 discovery of Element 115 and bringing it back to, hey, this Element 115 was discovered by the Germans, the Nazis, in this time frame. And they used it for experiments, for these wonder weapons, and as we'll see in the next map, for teleportation and other things as well. And we'll also see how that ties in Darice. But reported in 2004, it involves the bombardment of americium-243 with calcium-48 ions, and are consistent with the formation in the laboratory of a few atoms of elements both 113 and 115. All right, we're going to get more into Element 115, etc. in Darice. Right now, I want to make mention of this. We're assuming this is actually Peter. Peter may perhaps hung himself in here. His left hand is cut off, and if you remember from Verrückt, as well as in Darice, there is actually a left hand attached to the power switch. So we're assuming that that it is from his hand, and it was probably Verrückt, considering the transmission here in this radio. That was actually in this room, indicated something about Darice, and sort of assumed that Peter wasn't actually at Darice, he was in Verrückt perhaps. And there was actually, I saw a video of guys that actually got him down. If you threw some frags and then restarted the game, he would actually appear on the ground, but I could not reproduce that for the life of me. I tried more than just... I tried timing it to hit a grenade right on top of him, and the poor guy would not come down. And there's really only one other thing that I wanted to make mention of, and that was with the Hellhounds. And we're going to see a Hellhound round starting here. We're going to get more information on these guys in Darice, but again, this was our first viewing of these demonic beast dogs that just come at us with glowing eyes. It's like freaking zombie dogs, man. And when I first played this map, I tell you, I was scared shitless, and man, it was crazy when these dogs... It's like round 5, all of a sudden, what the hell are these freaking Hellhounds doing, man? And they drop ammo. They drop ammo. Yes. So that's about it, guys. I know there are a couple of other radio transmissions. They don't really tell you much. There's some static, gunshots, screaming, etc. There's a poster on the bottom floor of the main area that you can take a look at. I don't think it really adds anything to the storyline. There's also a radio message that doesn't come up until the Black Ops version of Numa, and I'm actually going to be doing a video that's going to cover the four revamp maps, the original World at War maps that were revamped into Black Ops, and we'll be doing that on a separate video. So we'll cover that there. But yeah, I mean, this is a good start. We're actually getting into the meat of some storyline here, and we're gonna get some more information when we get to Derice. But those are the tie-ins. Those are the tie-ins for that message. The coordinates, Area 51, we know is coming up. The Tunguska, the Element 115, the meteorite, which presumably, I mean, this occurred in Russia. I don't know how this meteor actually got to Japan, assuming Numa is in Japan. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And there's some interesting developments that come out of Derice as well. So stay tuned, guys. That has been Numa, the lead-in to Black Ops 2 Zombies, the Zombies storyline, baby. I'm Spider-Bite. Hope you enjoyed. I'm out.